When you take into consideration the environmental impacts iron ore and other precious metal mining industries have, it stands to reason that something must change. The recycling of metals is a good way of continuing the life cycle of steel, thus reducing the need for new metal mines. It allows us to preserve our natural resources and requires much less energy to process compared to the mining and refinement of raw iron ore. Thus, steel recycling constitutes a promising option for the continual advancement of human society in an environmentally conscious manner. The physical properties of steel allow it to be continually reused with little to no degradation from one product to the next. This makes steel one of the most recycled materials in the world, with roughly 40% of world steel production being created using parts of previously manufactured products. The steel recycling process starts with the collection of scrap metal, largely from vehicles, large steel structures, equipment, and consumer scraps. The metal is sorted using magnets and sensors, shredded and melted. The molten iron is then purified to remove any contaminants and is finally formed into specific shapes depending on use. While this procedure may seem simple, the process of steel recycling can actually be quite difficult. The increasing complexity of products and the variety of metal and metal alloys they contain have made it increasingly difficult to break down, separate, and process them without creating major losses in materials, as well as increases in emissions, costs, and waste. However, with efficient recycling, metals can be used over and over again, minimizing the need for new mining and raw material processing, thus decreasing overall energy and water consumption by the mining sector. Advancements in recycling technologies have allowed for more efficient separation techniques to be used, which aid in the processing of incoming materials in an effective manner. Considering the increases in population, and therefore worldwide metal use and demand, it is clear that the mining of large metal reserves would not only be unsustainable, but untenable. Recycling is a viable solution to this problem. Currently, roughly 80% of steel is being recycled. Although this is an encouraging number, improvements do need to be made towards the rates of both steel recycling and metal recycling in general. Should we wish to transform the metal manufacturing industry into one that is both economically beneficial and sustainable, recycling rates must increase enormously. On a large scale, providing economic incentives, setting mandated recycling targets for industries, and the creation of public policies and legislation will help. On a smaller scale, this can be done through the expansion of recycling programs. Increasing public awareness on both the recycling process and the benefits recycling programs can have on local communities has the ability to make a huge difference in the fight to create a more sustainable future.